World Bank supports food security in Bangladesh. The World Bank approved funding of a 30-year term credit of $202 million to be used to add 535,500 tons of grain storage capacity to benefit 4.5 million Bangladeshi households. 8 modern grain storage units for wheat and rice will be constructed in 8 districts, thus enhancing food security in difficult situations such as climate disasters and the current COVID-19 pandemic. Additionally, grain storage management will be more efficient with the use of an online food stock and market monitoring system. Losses will be reduced by 50%, while the nutritional value of the grain will be extended from 6 months to 2 years. The initiative has already assisted in the manufacture and distribution of 500,000 sealed food containers to vulnerable households. Our sincere appreciation, World Bank, for your vital support. May all precious beings find stability and flourish in heaven's grace.
Researchers investigate the effects of heavy smoking. A recent study led by the Australian Centre for Precision Health at the University of South Australia found that heavier smokers had a more than 30% increased risk of being affected by certain diseases. After examining data of more than 152,000 long-term smokers in the United Kingdom, the researchers concluded that there was a 17 times greater risk of becoming victim to emphysema, 8 times higher incidence of atherosclerosis, and a 6.5 times greater occurrence of lung cancer for heavier smokers. Chief investigator of the study, Professor Alina Hipponen, stated, "Our study shows that each additional cigarette smoked matters, notably increasing the risks of cancer, respiratory, circulatory, and many other diseases." Many thanks, Professor Alina Hipponen and co-researchers, for this significant study. In God's loving protection, may your work help to promote healthier choices for longer and happier lives.
Study shows that wild bees are valuable contributors to the economy. A research team led by Rutgers University in the United States has determined that wild bees generate around $1.5 billion in revenues in North America per year from pollinating just the 7 crops the scientists analyzed. In the most extensive study of its kind in the region to date, the researchers surveyed 131 commercial farms in the US and Canada, which grow crops including sweet and tart cherries, watermelons, blueberries, apples, almonds, and pumpkins. It was determined that wild bees provided about the same amount of pollination as honeybees, and several of those crops were not fully pollinated, which means the crops would have been more abundant had there been more bees. Our earnest thanks, researchers, for highlighting the immense benefit of wild bees. May our diligent pollinator friends be always safeguarded as we work to convert our agricultural systems to vegan, organic farming in divine brilliance.
Spain's largest electric utility company installs wind farm in the Teruel province. Endesa has connected the 14.4 megawatt Orich wind park to the grid to provide power to the municipalities of Alueva, Anadon, and Fonfria in the Teruel province in northeastern Spain. The 14.8 million euros facility will produce enough clean energy annually for 15,000 households. Furthermore, the plant will reduce carbon dioxide emissions by 31,800 metric tons. This project adds to Endesa's growing portfolio of renewable assets, which they plan to fully decarbonize by 2050. Way to go, Endesa, on your ever-expanding green energy capacity. In celestial light, may your sustainable goals be realized as your eco-efforts benefit the planet and bless Spain with good fortune.
Caring Youth offers his art to buy safety masks for disadvantaged children. 12-year-old Rokdan Faraj of Swida city in Syria was concerned when he saw underprivileged youngsters in his community not wearing face masks to protect them from the COVID-19 virus. The compassionate boy therefore came up with the idea of selling his artwork drawn during the lockdown with the help of his brother. He displayed 25 drawings on the sidewalk in his city, many of which highlight the need to wear a mask at all times, and all were sold. This enabled the young artist and his mother to purchase masks along with hand sanitizer and distribute them to children in need. Rokdan has promised to create more artwork to sell to continue the initiative and has encouraged friends to assist others during the pandemic. Heaven bless you, compassionate Ragdan. You uplift our hearts with the generous sharing of your talents for the safety and well-being of those around you, in the benevolence of Allah.
Supreme Master Ching Hai lovingly present Ragadan Faraj the Shining World Compassion Award with a token gift of $10,000 to help buy more masks for the children in need. We are impressed by your tender care for your fellow friends. May heaven's love comfort you all your life and protect you from harm with all love and love and love.
Renowned United Kingdom environmentalist urges people to go plant-based to save the earth. After spending his entire career exploring and admiring our wondrous planet, as a writer, presenter, and natural historian, the 94-year young Sir David Attenborough acknowledges the world as he knew it has started to crumble. In Alive on Our Planet, his new documentary available on Netflix, he explains why and how to address the climate emergency to safeguard our planet and the animals. We must radically reduce the way we farm. We must change our diet. The planet can't support billions of meat eaters. If we had a mostly plant-based diet, we could increase the yield of the land. We have an urgent need for free land. Nature is our biggest ally. Our praises and gratefulness, Sir David Attenborough, for your enduring devotion to encouraging the appreciation and protection of our world. May people quickly switch to the vegan diet to restore our precious earth and save her inhabitants in the elevating mercy of the Providence.
Scientists in Germany find bats use special vocalizations to communicate with their offspring. In a study by Dr. Hanna Aurora Fernandez, as part of her doctoral thesis, and Dr. Miriam Knorrenschild, the greater sac-winged bat's vocalizations were recorded at 3 different locations in Central America from 2015 to 2017. According to the sound recordings, as the 3-month-old pups begin to vocalize, the mother bats babble to encourage the pups while the male adult creates distinctive sounds, possibly to teach their youngsters to differentiate their group from other ones. Such fascinating findings, and thank you, Dr. Hanna Aurora Fernandez and Dr. Miriam Knorrenschild. In the overflowing wisdom of the divine, may we all appreciate the intelligence of our wonderful animal friends.